The Nevada desert stretches endlessly. By day, it looks empty. By night, it becomes something else, vast, cold, and cruel. But the true danger lies beneath. Hidden under the sand are thousands of abandoned mines, black mouths carved into mountains, leading to miles of rotting tunnels. Some shafts plunge hundreds of feet straight down, like open graves waiting for a body. In the mid-1800s, men swarmed here chasing gold and silver. They dug day and night, their lanterns flickering against walls dripping with sweat and blood. Fortune was promised, but for most, the mines became coffins. There were cave-ins where the roof collapsed in seconds, crushing men flat. Explosions where a single spark ignited pockets of gas, turning entire chambers into firestorms. Some miners suffocated slowly, clawing the walls with broken fingernails as the air turned toxic. Bodies were often left behind, sealed under tons of rock. Their screams echoed until they were cut short, buried alive in endless blackness. Locals began to whisper. The mines weren't just dangerous, they were cursed. They said the earth itself had trapped those souls underground, and they were still clawing to get out. Even today, the entrances gape open like wounds, silent, rotting, waiting. Those who dare to enter say the mines are never silent. Explorers report hearing the old work still going on. The faint clink, clink, clink of pickaxes striking stone. A sound too steady, too rhythmic to be an accident. Others hear coughing, wet, hollow, choking. Sometimes a man's voice muttering. Sometimes a child crying. Always from deeper inside, where no one dares to go. And then, the whispers. Soft, close, a voice brushing against your ear. Sometimes it calls your name, though no one knows how it could. The temperature shifts violently. One step is desert heat. The next, air so cold it burns the skin. Explorers swear they've seen frost form on stone walls while sweat dripped from their backs. Then comes the equipment failure. Batteries drained to nothing. Lights flickering out. Radios spewing static filled with faint voices. Some explorers swear they've heard their own voices played back to them. Distorted, like an echo from something not human. Locals warn with the same words every time. Never be inside when the sun goes down, because once the light is gone, you are no longer alone. In the early 2000s, a group of urban explorers tested that warning. 3 men, 1 woman, a single handheld camera. They wanted adventure. They got something else. The footage begins harmlessly. Nervous laughter, dust swirling in beams of flashlight, a long corridor of stone stretching into black. Minutes pass before the first sign. Faint knock. 1, 2, 3. The camera turns. Nothing there. Then a louder crash behind them. The sound of footsteps begins. Heavy boots slamming stone. Close, then stopping, then starting again. One explorer whispers, "Someone's following us." Another replies, "We're alone." But the camera catches shadows moving against the walls, shadows with no source. The flashlight flickers. In the beam for just 1 second, a figure, pale, hollow-eyed, leaning from a corner of the tunnel, watching. His head tilts as if studying them. Then the scream, high-pitched, piercing, nothing human. The camera shakes violently as the group bolts for the exit. The tape ends in static. But that one frame, the figure lurking in the shadows, ignited the internet. Was it proof of the paranormal? Or something far worse? That tape was only the beginning. A hiker once claimed he heard a woman sobbing underground. The sound grew louder the further he went. When he turned back, the sobbing began again, this time behind him. Another explorer swore a hand grabbed his shoulder in total darkness. But when he spun around, he was alone. The marks of filthy fingers were pressed into his jacket. One man said he saw an old miner, lantern in hand, gear in tatters. The figure followed him step for step through the tunnel. But when the light hit its face, it had none. Just a hollow blur where eyes and a mouth should be. Dozens of stories echo the same. Rocks thrown, breath on the back of the neck, batteries dying instantly, strange writing appearing in the dust on the walls, and always the sense of being watched, of something waiting in the dark. Locals refuse to enter. Some won't even drive past at night. They say the mine belongs to the dead now. When investigators examined the footage, they found more than they expected. Electronic voice phenomena revealed whispers, faint but clear. One word repeated, "Leave." Another clip captured a voice crying, "Help me." No one had spoken those words. Sound engineers dissected the infamous scream. It was layered with tones outside the range of human vocal cords. More animal, more mechanical, more other. Temperature readings confirmed impossible shifts. In one tunnel, a thermal camera recorded a figure colder than ice standing motionless. But to the naked eye, nothing was there. Metallic bangs echoed with no source. Some recordings captured what sounded like nails scratching along the stone, moving closer and closer to the microphone. To believers, the evidence was undeniable. The mine was alive with spirits, angry, intelligent, and aware. Skeptics had their explanations. Echoes bouncing, wind rushing through cracks, bats, coyotes, collapsing stone. Simple science. But none of those theories explained the shadows caught on camera, the handprints left on clothing, the voices answering questions directly. Believers point to a darker truth. Too many men died violently here, screaming, begging. Their agony chained their souls to the mine forever. The legend of the cursed miner grew. A man trapped alive by a collapse, pounding the walls until his hands bled. His ghost still roams, lantern in hand, hunting for anyone foolish enough to enter. Those who meet his gaze never return. So what is this place? A labyrinth of echoes and fear? Or a mausoleum for restless souls, still clawing at the walls of their grave? Skeptics argue. Believers insist. But the one truth everyone accepts is this: the mine is avoided. Even the bravest refuse to enter after dark. It waits, silent, watching, and those who've been inside swear the silence itself breathes. So the question isn't whether the mine is haunted. The question is, would you dare to find out for yourself? Because if you step inside, past the mouth of the mine into that black throat of earth, you may not be walking alone. So, what do you believe? Was it echoes and tricks of the desert wind? Or was it the restless dead, still trapped in the veins of Nevada's earth? Skeptics can argue forever. Scientists can measure, record, and dismiss. But the locals don't need proof. They refuse to go near. To them, the mine is not abandoned. It is occupied, and that footage, the screams, the figure in the dark, still circulates online. Some call it fake. Others call it the most terrifying ghost evidence ever captured. But one thing is certain: the mine waits, silent, patient, watching. So if you ever find yourself crossing Nevada's wastelands, and you see a black opening carved into the stone, ask yourself one question: would you dare step inside? Or would you keep walking, knowing something inside is already waiting for you?